Hello, my name's Abram. Magandang Umaga, or Magandang Gabi. It's nighttime. I moved me, my wife, and my three kids from the United States to the Philippines about 6 months ago. And a ton has happened in 6 months. There's no way I can cover everything that's happened in 6 months, but I do want to give you an overview of my overall thoughts of the Philippines and give you an update on what's happened in the last 2 months since my last video. Because a ton happens. We do a lot. So in the last 2 months, we got robbed. I got to experience what the justice system is like here. I went on a zip line over a cliff. We went on roller coasters, saw some incredible views. We went to the Manila Ocean Park. I got cosmetic dentistry done. We went on two different beachfront resorts, and plus we went to another resort on a mountain. I went to the best wedding of my freaking life. We hosted a party for my daughter and her friends from school. We sold our house in the U.S. We looked for potential homes here. I hung out with friends here in the neighborhood. I went on a giant inflatable hamster wheel. Got to party with my wife's family, and I laughed so freaking hard my abs hurt. Got to explore and see a waterfall for the first time, which was just absolutely breathtaking. It was amazing. I loved it, every second of it. My wife got her fourth dog. She's gotten two dogs since we moved here, and I picked up even more Tagalog. So let's dive into my experience here. All right, so let's start out with all the good stuff that's happened here. So the zip line over a cliff and the roller coasters were just an absolute freaking blast. The zip line thing was totally crazy. So you go on a zip line, and it's like at one edge of a cliff, and then the cliff is kind of shaped like a U, and then you go over this gigantic like fall off that's like many stories down. Like you could probably count to like 30 before you hit the ground, kind of like fall. It's hard to see the bottom kind of cliff here. So you go from one end of the cliff, and then there's a big like gap in the middle, and then you get to the other side on a zip line. The craziest part is that this is like manual. So they have like one end of it is like sloped down like this, and you jump onto it, and it is insanely windy up there, and it's freaking cold, and you go up there, and they're just like, oh, just sit here, hold on, and then zip line down. You're like, okay, I guess I'll do that. So you zip line and you go down, and then you quickly realize there's no like automated system to stop you. There's no brakes on this thing. You're just like flying. It's like the whole way down. And then when you get down to the end, it's literally just a guy at the end with like a rope that throws it over the zip line thing, and he's the one that slows you down. So you're literally trusting your entire life in this like stranger's hands, which I did not know was gonna happen. But it was absolutely freaking loved it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. The roller coasters here were also a lot of fun. They were really fast. I was surprised. The Ferris wheels were really cool. Just the whole place was just phenomenal. The views were just incredible too. It was just like the coolest thing that you could see. The views in the Philippines, just in general, are just like the most breathtaking, incredible things. And we've been to like, I don't know how many different places we've been to now. But seeing the ocean, seeing the cliffs, seeing like the forest, seeing like just the vastness of things. For how densely populated the Philippines are, there's lots of places that are just like forest area. And it's like rolling hills. It looks absolutely amazing. From there, we also went to the Manila Ocean Park, which was also a blast. You can actually feed penguins there. You get into a little tube and you can feed them. The coolest thing that I saw there, though, was like this. You like walk through, and then they have like a dome that's over you. In that dome is like you're like inside of there. And my daughter got the crap scared out of her from a stingray, which was hilarious. But there's a whole bunch of different fish. There's very little like security or like things that stop you from being really stupid in the Philippines compared to the U.S. Like in the U.S., there's all these safety barriers and whatnot. Like if you want to reach out and touch a fish, you could. There were also some very creepy things that I've never seen before. Some of them look like something out of like a horror film. That was a blast. Manila Ocean Park also would highly recommend. I got cosmetic dentistry done. So I got a couple of my teeth fixed like they're kind of bendy, and then everything's a lot whiter now. It looks a lot better. The whole process was awesome. I really freaking love the dentist that I worked with. I could do a separate video on that if you guys want to know what it's like to get cosmetic dentistry here. The prices were very reasonable. She was better than any dentist I've ever had in the U.S. We also went to 2 different beachfront resorts and 1 on a mountain. Of course, I do a flip into every single water source that I can find. Anytime I'm going to go swimming, I will do a flip into it. And that was so cool to see that. You could use that in like your Facebook story, your Instagram story, whatever. It looks really cool. The views, once again, are just like phenomenal. Just like the coolest thing that you could possibly imagine. The beachfront resorts, like the views at the beachfront resorts, there's one with like a floating dock. You can see out, you can see, I mean, just look at the footage here. You can see it just looks so cool. The views here are just phenomenal. The one on the mountaintop was really, really cool because one, it's just cool to swim on top of a mountain. And then 2, there was a waterfall there that you can get to if you hike through like this big long path. And we hike through the path. There's like parts of the path that's broken. You got to climb over trees. You got to go through like rocks. You got to go through like parts of the path that aren't like 100% there. And so you can't go there and not be like in shape, basically. You can't go there if you can't be able to walk around. But once you get there, the waterfall was so cool. The water is so clean there. It is absolutely crystal clear. My kids were catching tadpoles. They were catching fish. They were doing things that were over there. The waterfall, when I was under the waterfall, what nobody told me, one, the water is freezing, which is fine. I didn't mind that, but it hurts. The water that's coming down from like many stories up falls down. It hits your head. It feels like someone's punching you in the head. It's like super super hard. It's like thousands of gallons of water that are dumping on you. But 10 out of 10 would definitely do that again. That was one of the coolest experiences that I've had ever. I went to a wedding. This wedding was for my wife's cousin, our friends, and it was the coolest wedding that I've ever been to in my life. First of all, these 2 people are just absolutely in love, and it's like, I don't know, it made me very, very appreciative of seeing someone that's together. They're very happy together, and this wedding was just like, it was something like out of like the movies. They had like these videographers, photographers that took like these phenomenal pictures, videos. Everyone was having a good time. It was just tons of fun. It was like a whole 3-day thing. The resort we're at was just beautiful, and it was a really good time because the main thing that we did was tons of activities together. So like when we're taking pictures, they're not just taking normal pictures. They were fun. We're taking videos, not just normal videos. They were fun. I got to swim in the ocean. I got to do some dances. I got to have as much fun as humanly possible while I was there. Another thing that we did is I hosted a party for one of my oldest daughters here at our house for her friends from school. So we had like 15 kids here. Just made the whole thing up as they were here. We played a bunch of games. That was a freaking blast. They had a ton of fun. When you invite people over, they bring you gifts, which is really cool. I'm pretty sure they thought it was my daughter's birthday. It was just a play date. I'm trying to help her, socialize and help her get more friends and stuff here. And that was also, I had so much fun. For something that I didn't really plan while I was there, and I just kind of winged it while we were here. It was a blast. Other thing, we sold our house in the U.S. and we got to look for potential homes here. So definitely want to stay here long term. The homes here, I love the designs here. The designs of the homes here are so freaking cool. Like they're exactly what my dream homes would look like, and there's tons of them. You can find these places with like pools and yards, and they're big and they're amazing. That being said, we're working on getting bank financing and stuff to see what we qualify for, to see what it looks like here. We're not the people that go to the Philippines to retire. Like, I'm still working. I run my own business. I have a health and fitness business, and I'm going to keep doing that for the foreseeable future. I'm not here to retire. I'm here to live life. Clearly, I'm doing a bunch of things. I went to my first bachelor party in the Philippines. Also, we got to hang out with friends in the neighborhood. That's fun. The girls immediately made friends here, which is just cool. The neighbors here are super nice. We went to like this activity center, and they have like ball pits. They have like this inflatable racing track. They got slides, and they had this big hamster wheel thing that's like a big inflatable one. I'm pushing people around. I was getting pushed around. That was tons of fun. Definitely gonna remember that for the rest of my life. That was just so much fun to do. And I'm pretty sure I gave some people brain damage, and I'm pretty sure I got some myself. Because when you're clonking around, you clonk your knee into your head, and you go full scorpion. But it was fun. I got to party with my wife's side of the family. They're not all super fluent in English, so obviously I couldn't have like in-depth conversations, but we could play like different games. There's like this is what I'd recommend too. If you're going to be hanging out with Filipinos, I would say either do karaoke, which they freaking love, or do activities that are like, if you're going to do games with them, do games that are really simple. The one that was an absolute hit was the mime game, or I know sometimes it's called like copycat or whatever it might be. I don't know what they call it wherever you live, but essentially you like do one action, and then the person after you has to do that same action plus one thing. The third person has to do what person 1, person 2 did plus one new thing, and then it kind of like adds up. And they latched onto it right away, got really goofy. It was an absolute blast. I laughed so freaking hard. My stomach hurt for 2 days. it was so much fun. And yeah, it was 10 out of 10. I would freaking love to go visit them again. It was so much fun. So much fun. My wife stayed up the whole night and got to visit with family, and this whole time, which is really cool about living in the Philippines, is there's so many places with really good, reliable internet. I was still able to do these vacation things, and I could still work in the morning and then go do this stuff in the evening. Like, it was no problem at all. Like, I could still work while I was doing this. So if you're ever thinking about going to the Philippines, you don't need to go here to retire. You can go here and you can work. Tons of people work online. Like, there's tons of places with good, reliable internet that you can go. Just don't go live out in the boondocks of wherever. But most places, basically everywhere I've been to in the Philippines, has had reliable internet. I've also been able to pick up some more Tagalog, and my wife has got her 4th dog. My wife has gotten 4 dogs in about the last 12 months. And we've gotten 2 new dogs since we went here. I could show you some pictures of the dogs, videos. And what do we think about the Philippines after living here for 6 months, though? What is our overall impressions of the Philippines? For me, I gotta say, even after 6 months, this place is so freaking awesome. I love the Philippines. Like, obviously, we make whatever. We live a higher end life than what we live in the U.S., and I made a video breaking down how much we spend and stuff. But honestly, if I was gonna say my overall impressions and what I think about the Philippines, despite getting robbed, which I'll have to make a whole different video on because that is it's way too long for me to just go over here. But gusto namin tumira sa Pilipinas. We really want to live in the Philippines. We freaking love it here. And I should have moved here a long time ago. If you want to join me on learning about me moving my wife, and my 3 kids from the U.S. to the Philippines, I document the whole thing. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There is a playlist in the description of every video. Click that playlist and you can see all the videos I've uploaded about my experience here. I hope you like this video, and thank you for watching.